Now, a quick glance, this may come to you as a construction site, looking at the rubble and all that you see. But don't be fooled. This is actually one of the toll booths at the Tema-bound route for the Accra-Tema motorway. On today's edition of the Citi Newsroom, we're looking at whether it is time to decommission these toll booths across the country. We're told over 100 of them that have been left unattended to. If you look behind me, you can see pillowcases. If I take you through some of these abandoned toll booths, you see mats showing that there are people who have now moved in here using these abandoned toll booths as places to live in. We're moving across the country to bring you the current situation of the toll booths here in Ghana. Yes, last week, a tanker ran into some of the toll booths here on the Tema-bound route of the Accra-Tema motorway. Now, many of the drivers who ply these routes believe that these toll booths should be totally removed from here to stop the reoccurrence of the accidents we are seeing. Booths,
Man, Pacho, the any say, Tama, dear, we best start, you know. Driven be an no compensate or try to any, but don't be coding too. Oh, move free, I'm on your banner. I assume, Omobomunim, Mumber Bono, no accident. Who was a man trade and a moon clean in every quenum, and you're free. 3 days ago, I may ban a job at 2 o'clock. Me do animal. Low venke, and so free tap right nearby. By no boy. Can't be so what you're born. You know, I cause accident. T.S. Ramon, when you follow here, I'm being in Africa in my
group of persons who were not happy with government's decision to abolish the toll booth system were the toll booth workers. I'm going to speak to them on their thoughts on the current issue with what we're seeing in terms of the fatalities we are recording around the toll booth system, whether we should revive them or what should be done. What do you think is leading to the accidents we are seeing, the destruction of these abandoned toll?
When we were at work, you see, all the cars, when they are coming, they slow down.
Because they know you are there.
They know we are here. Are you getting me? They know we are here. So all the cars, they slow down. And the car that overloaded, you see that if the space that is not enough for them to pass through, we direct them to the right one, that to pass through. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So now the structures right now, do
you think it's time for us to pull these structures down?
It is a government decision.
Currently, what are you guys doing? Have you got new jobs or you're all at home?
No. Right now, as I'm talking to you right now, my rent has been expired. So I don't have enough funds to go and rent. So I contact one of my friends and I convey all my things to his shop. So I'm now patching with a friend. This system right now here, if I mention the amount of money that involved in this system.
How much was involved? Tell us.
For me,
Tell us how much was involved in putting up this system. William seems to be very, hurt or disturbed by this development because he believes the infrastructure and everything was left abandoned, and this system we're seeing in your shot is supposed to have been very expensive, which was to ensure that the system was very clean and the government made the best out of the revenue and all that. William, tell us how much this cost and what you know about the system, and then seeing that it was left and it's been destroyed now.
This kind of things, in fact, I'm short of words. I don't know what words even to use to describe this kind of situation. This system right now, billions of Ghana cedis. You know that government knows that there's a lot of money that he invested in Accra toll here, and the system, they know, the highways people, they know that the system is still in the office here. Why can't they at least employ one security to supervise to take care of this place?
Let me take you to 2 places. I'm taking you to these 2 places because they are key places that have toll booths. On the stretch from the Accra-Tema motorway, we have the Ashaiman Bond area all the way to Soka Kope, moving into the Volta region. Let me take you to Fred Duho, who has been looking from the Ashiaman area all the way to the outskirts of the Volta region. Fred, what can you tell us?
Yes, it is 4:30 a.m. while I'm embarking on this journey on the Aplawu stretch all the way to Nogopo to assess the state of the various toll booths on this particular stretch. We first started from the Chopoli toll booth. We've seen a number of street lights at this particular toll booth, but they are all not functioning. And the police officers we see around have at least two that are brightening the entire environment for them to do their snap checks with their torchlights. They are also slowing down their vehicles, and that is how come the cars are unable to speed on this particular stretch. And then we see speed ramps, both in the exits and the entry of this particular toll booth. That is equally helping to check the speed limit of these vehicles. And the toll booth is anchored on a pavement that is preventing them from knocking it. We understand ever since the place was closed, this is where most of the items that were normally used are kept. I can now see a safe over there, a safe where they normally keep money. Ever since the entire place was closed or they were charged not to collect toll again, these people managed to keep their gadgets in this manner covered with dust. This particular place, the door is also damaged. The cables are left right here at the mercy of the weather. It has served more like a storehouse for people now to keep their products and then come back the following morning to pick them and then begin to make their daily sales. It has become a warehouse for people who normally hog their products around. Now, the woman who took her item out right now, she's made her way to the very far end there to start the day's business. We've crossed into the Volta region from the Greater Accra region, and that took us about 1 hour 30 minutes. We are at the toll booth. We've seen two containers right on these pavements. The third one is totally removed because it's no longer functioning. Now let's go into the toll booth to see what really pertains in there as to whether the properties kept there for this period of time are still functioning. The entire place looks inhabitable. The cables are exposed. The metering here is off. The fan knob is also removed. Now the entire ceiling is also deteriorating gradually, and they've left this whole place at the mercy of the weather. Now let's take a look at the CCTV camera that is here. It's also not functioning. Different scale more.
Tamia na to butelia mi no no jira mi jira na no pa se fifie ka mega value la no pa mega value mi fukpan pa menye no view.
Their trade largely depends on the toll here, because when the vehicles make a stop, they normally cause a bit of congestion, as in traffic builds up, and they are also able to approach these vehicles. The passengers in the vehicles compel them to buy some of their products. Two of the toll workers are presently working here as teachers, and we are privileged to come speak with some of them. In the short period before even discovering this school to come and teach, how has life been treating you?
It wasn't easy because having two kids, their school fees, feeding fee in the house, it wasn't easy.
The toll is fetching more money than the teaching, just because at least at the end of the month you are able to get your 700 cedis to depend on. But the teaching, the money is not enough. So the salary we are being paid here is 300 cedis a month, and though it's not enough, but we have to manage it. For the people say half a loaf is better than none. So
how are you managing that loaf when the month ends and you are giving 300 cedis? How are you able to cope with your household?
Sometimes before the month end, I've spent everything because I need to buy foodstuffs. I need to at least get some feeding fee for my younger brothers and other things.
We are now within the Ketu South municipality where one of the toll booths is located, and specifically at Ativuta. This particular toll booth was constructed barely 6 months when the order came that all the workers have been laid off and that the place would no longer function as a toll booth. Now, what I see inside here is that the whole place is under lock and key. I see chairs, and the place is totally engulfed in dust and weeds. So at this point, let me run by you the amount vehicle or drivers normally pay for their vehicles when they are using a toll booth. Saloon car should pay 50 pesos. Truck you see riding your short passing now, in the categories we see on the board, belongs to the truck trailer category, and they are supposed to pay 2 cedis 50 pesos. Now they are all driving freely, moving to neighboring countries like Togo, Benin. All these tolls are no longer working. The workers have been laid off over some 2 years now, and they are hoping that the government will reconsider its decision to bring back the tolls for them to gain employment and make their daily living from these jobs. My name is Fred Duho, reporting from Ativuta in the Ketu South municipality for Citi News.